Hello everybody, today I have the pleasure to propose to you this key 80 entitled Practical Awakening. Well, we're gonna talk about emotional, psychic and psychological sustainability, stability. Well, this is the third video on which we're gonna continue different subsets, different themes regarding this stability. Well, first one is the self-confidence. The self-confidence basically is to accept yourself. Okay, accept yourself, to be comfortable with yourself and also with the way of the other people, the way they analyze you, they judge you, and so on. This is the right balance between being confident and arrogant, and so on. Okay, this is a good balance between both. But most of the time, the lack of confidence is due to deficiency from childhood. Okay, from parents, from one of them, or even a brother, sister taking all the space, and so on. Or being brilliant, excellent, and you compare yourself and you think that you have a certain inferiority complex. Some techniques. The first one is to list your different qualities, skills, and so on, competencies, and to ask also this to your network. Okay, without, of course, complacency, of course. And to do, also for you, you list your weaknesses, okay, and the techniques to solve them. You have the same to your network and their advice, their tips, and so on. You do also a list of all your success, all your realization, and you read it as much as you need. It allows you to remind you, to remember, to reactivate your members of the success. Okay? Do theater. Theater is really important to express yourself, to have a certain capacity of communication, orally, and so on. And it will avoid fears of being judged and so on. Speaking in public, like take the lead for a conference, ask questions, or basically you can do it in front of your mirror. Basically, you for example, you reformulate, you try to watch this video several times and you try to resume or to explain to your mirror, okay? And or someone, and or a good friend, and or you film yourself, okay? You take a just your mobile and you do so. Well, visualize what if you did the best, okay, and how to improve. If you did good, do you want to improve or not? Are you satisfied about this? Yes, no. Okay. If so, if you want to improve, how to improve? Okay, but try to see if you did your best. Try to reset your mind with the self-confidence. In the key 35, I explained the reprogramming, the concept, and then the 35 plus bis is guided meditation. 1 hour on which you just have to listen. Okay, it's like hypnosis, and it is supposed to touch your unconsciousness, on which there is injection about health, happiness, and self-confidence. You can also do it by your own. You can record your voice and so on. Try to have around you some, let's say, people who value you, okay, and not diminishing all the time. Another advice, also a technique, advice more, is to avoid the narcissistic perverse. Okay, this is really a danger, is a black hole. Okay, this I explained the different characteristics of this kind of people, how they act and so on, in the key 72 devil, okay, entitled devil. Well, try to vibrate positively allows you to be more confident. You know, it's exactly the metaphor when you are stressed, okay, and you try to float on the water, okay. If you are stressed, you soak. Okay, it's the same principle of the tight walker, you know, on the yarn. Okay, if he's stressed, he has more chance to fall down. okay, if he's confident, he has more chance to walk properly. Tight rope walker, sorry. Well, do martial arts allows you also to manage more your emotions and your stability, your self-confidence. Have some challenges, okay, small challenging. It will give you small victories that you can celebrate and to be self-confident, because you know the auto-complacency, the self-realization is at the top of the Maslow pyramid of the needs, okay? It's the most important. I did my best, I have this result, I'm satisfied with that, boom, happiness, okay? It's basic, okay? So, also, you know the techniques of chaos. I explained that in the key 31, if my memory is correct. If you have no failure, it means no action. Okay, it's easier to criticize than to act. Okay, it's true that you have no chance to fail if you don't undertake anything. This is basic, but to remind to certain people, especially those who have a big mouth, to criticize. Love yourself is really, really important. Hug yourself. Try to do self-conditioning. Okay, I love myself. Okay, this is not narcissistic dimension. This is just, you have a loan. Okay, you have a loan, your body, what you had, if you believe, in the image of the creator. And it's like if I offer you a gift, a present, and you reject it. Okay, you don't honor my gift, the loan you receive. Okay, because we give back at the end, yeah, quote mark. But this is really important. And if you don't like it, actually you can improve yourself. There is a lot of techniques for free, a lot of on the internet. There are specialists and so on. So it's up to us also to decide. Stop the comparison on the social media. Why? Because most of the time it's completely fake. I remember one story here in Bali. Couple of people, they came at home because they gave us dogs that they rescue on the beach. Thank you for that, by the way. And we start to discuss about existential question, but it was not so, it was a bit shallow, to be honest. It was just in surface. And at one moment it was like a meaning of life, and she starts, the woman, she started to cry like a baby. She left and so on. And I said, what did I say? And actually it was not rational. It's like when you touch someone who has been burned, you jump, even if it's caress. And then the paradox is that on the social media, she was like showing off like a super, you know, like, I'm gonna show you and so on, a bit show off. And I said to myself, it's a joke. She's absolutely not confident with him, but she pretends to be, and she overacts in a certain extent. So, once again, those who show off or those who criticize a lot, most of the time is a lack of confidence, self-confidence, nothing to see with them. That's why it's important not to take everything personally. Well, don't wait for the endorsement of people. Do it. Just do it. Stand straight is really important. Why? Because if you're like this, hesitating to participate to life, it sends a message to the universe and also to people in general. The fact to have, let's say, to speak loudly doesn't mean to cry, to shout, of course, but not to, you know, like this and you don't, no, there to exist. It's also part of the self-confidence. Be authentic also is important, not to pretend to be someone else that you cannot be on the long-term run. To be aware of your weaknesses and how to solve them. We talk about that. And concretely, the visualization is important when you are not confident, is to visualize the co-creation, the visualization. I treated this theme in the key 36 is basic. Concretely, you mentalize with your mind, okay? So you visualize with your mind and you feel it in your heart, the results already. And you are already thinking, okay? You say thank you for this, because it's already there. And this is what most of the athletes in sport, they do. They visualize, yes, they see themselves with their performance, scoring and so on, whatever. And this is working well. Well, let's talk about intention, which is a little bit linked. I talk about that in the key 51, okay? Intention is the will. the will of existence, the will of evolution. Okay, everything, if you analyze, is based on will. And if there is not this common will, it doesn't work. Friendship, couple, enterprise, when you undertake something, is because there is a will, okay, to bring something new, or to improve, or whatever. Even in nature, there is a will of expansion, there is a will of development, there is a will to reach harmony, for instance. Okay, you know, even in the cosmos, in Greek, means order. So if there is an order, there is an intention behind that. Okay, think about that. You know, that's why Max Planck, one of the top 5 of the creator of discover the quantum mechanics, he said the following: "No, all matters come from a force and exist only through it. We must suppose the existence under this force of a conscious and intelligent spirit. This spirit is the matrix of all matter." Okay, so he said that subtly there is a force and thereby a will. Well, actually, when I talk about this notion of visualization, intention, the fact to formulate to be precise with the universe is important, because if you're not precise, if you say, I want that, and you are precise. Okay, I want a job. Okay, tomorrow you can check the newspaper or whatever, the website. Okay, there is an announcement. Doesn't mean you get a job. I want to get a job. Different. In 10 years? Okay, be precise. When? Okay, but the job is 200 kilometers from where I'm living. Okay, I just bought a house recently, for instance. You know, so be the most, when you say I want, you will be realized in the fact to want. So you will want all your life, for instance, if you understand the subtlety. This is really important also to this is the reason why Buddha say we are all made of energy. Your thoughts are energy. This is what we treated in the key 74 maybe about energies, 4 videos. Buddha say what you think you become, what you feel you attract it, what you imagine you create it. Okay, so very important. Always think about the fact, did you do your best? This is most important, is intention. The intention is there. This is part of the 4 Toltec agreements, okay? If you know this philosophy. So, without any regrets, without any frustration, okay? You did everything, that's fine. You could not have been, you could not have done better, for instance, okay? That's why the Coubertin, the creator of the Olympic Games, he said the important thing is to participate. Well, that's why there are categories in sport, male, female, of course. In boxing, if you are 35 kilos and 120, you are not in the same category, which is normal. Is according, what I try to tell you, your reward is according to your capacity as well. So, some techniques are the tips is the fact to define clearly your objectives. Okay, your objectives, and then you have your forecasts, and then your results, and then corrective actions and analysis. Corrective actions, it means that's how to improve. Or I don't want to improve, is my maximum, I'm okay with that, fine. Okay, how to maintain eventually. Okay, why I say that? Because as Seneca said, there is no favorable wind for the sailor who doesn't know where to go. Okay, most of people run, they run towards what they don't know, so they will never reach it. All depends on your goals. You know, I do a simulation, a business game for my students in MBA. Okay, so at the end, so it's a capitalization of active understanding. Otherwise, they just receive, but I want they reformulate. So I embody 6 characters plus consultants, so 7 people, and it's online and so on, but I come to discuss with them and so on. I judge the way they have objectives and how they reach it, and if they are satisfied. By the way, I ask them at the end to give themselves a mark, a grade, to justify, of course, by justifying, of course. You know, it's like this channel. This channel is not commercial at all. I never use anxiety-provoking theme, and or I'd never ask you to like or to transfer it and so on, to subscribe. Why? Because I think it's obvious. Otherwise, you would infantilize people. The fact is in English and in French, it's destroyed the algorithm. But I think about another divine algorithm and human algorithm, which is the fact that if people think it's in a common interest, they do it. That's it. No need to. So, but what I try to, it's not my goal to do so, to seduce people, to prospect people, to adhere. It's like I propose, people do or not. Okay, it's like a buffet. I did my best. I try my best to prepare cooking. Okay, it's a buffet. People have appetites or not. It's up to them. Okay, once again, the investments regarding intention is important as well, with love, okay, with emotions, with intensity of energy, determination, and time. Time means repetition and duration. Yes, no success arrive like this, so no. Every time it asks patience, at least, intention, energy, and also time and duration, repetition. It's like when you learn a language. Don't be paralyzed by the fear of failure, because failure is a new way to improve yourself. We fall down 2,000 times minimum when we are kids to be able to walk, and nobody stop at half path of the game. Okay, so why I'm precising that, and it's really Latin in France, in Spain, in Italy. The mentality is like I'm afraid to fail, and Anglo-Saxon much more less, and same for Chinese, for instance. Yes, because actually it's true that you, by criticizing easy, acting is difficult. Okay, it's always easier to just to be passive, to be spectator, and to do like dislike, or to have big mouth, but no proposal, no solution, no action. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Don't wait for external solution. Do it. Just do it. Once again, important, the transparency in the communication. Okay, like an open book. Open your heart. It was your perception. Sorry, it was not my intention. And you explain your intention. It's part of empathy. The fact to because it's double-edged, empathy and non-violence communication. To make it short, empathy means, the principle is to project yourself in the integrity system of the person, trauma, history of the person, and so on and so forth. And you try to understand this person, and thereby perception of the person. But then the non-violent communication is supposed to manage the conflict management, and it's like when you ask the needs of the person and the perception of the person, and you do the same. You put on the table your needs, what you would have liked, and your perception. I've been frustrated, or I had the feeling to be attacked when you said that. Okay. And then I would have preferred you tell me how you do that, and so on. This is exactly that. It's quite simple. Well, you can have an intention before like praying, before eating, before meditation, but it sends something special to the universe. Free yourself of the systematic performance. Our society wants efficiency, effectiveness all the time. Well, if you go to play tennis with your best friend, what's the point with winning? At the end, you go, I don't know, to take a coffee, a drink, or whatever after, and it's just to have good moment, fun, and to do sports. So what's the point always to be in the performance? There is no Olympic Games of meditation, for instance. For me, is really symbolic. Actually, your faith saved you. This is the somatic. Okay, so your intention of being healed saved you, healed you. This is in the Bible. It's really important because it's part of what we call somatization, placebo, nocebo, and or epigenetics. Okay, I talk many times in different other videos. This is important to do everything, because at the end of the game, let's say, if you feel that you did everything you could have improved and so on, you pass away peacefully. Okay, and this is for me extremely important. Otherwise, after that, you will be in inner conflict. Well, what else regarding that is important to visualize people, for instance, as kids or vulnerable, and also sometimes to cry, to try to have more compassion, okay, to be more tolerant with them. Eventually, you can imagine them by being on the in the toilets like this is reducing their charisma, the aura, or their aggressivity, and so on and so forth. Anyway, but try to perceive the layers of the ego. Why is acting like this? Why is threatening me like this? Why is so aggressive? Why is so criticizing? What is showing off? That most of the time is not because of you, but is an inner problem not solved, and projecting, transferring to you. It's up to you to decide to accept, to take it personally or not. Is one of the 4 Toltec agreements as well. Well, once again, this is all the elements I wanted to share with you. Try to put into practice, otherwise it's just theory and is like a library. If you don't open up the books, it's useless. Okay, it's good for decoration or general culture, but at the end of the day, it's not really practice makes perfect, as we say. Well, I hope all this humble, let's say, tips, advice, techniques will help you to shape the master key of the field of consciousness, of love, or whatever you want. As you know, all roads lead to Rome and to the dawn. Thank you for your attention, and see you very soon.